Well, hello, Taurus. Welcome to your weekly reading. This is August 7th through 13th. Hope you're amazing. So we are going to jump right in. I started breaking the weeklies down into love, career, and money, and then something really important for you to know for this week. And I really liked it. So I hope you liked it. Let me know. Of course, I love feedback. Let me know how you feel about it. Okay, so Taurus, let's jump right in. Okay, we have I like you, sweetheart, and inner work, excuse me. Okay. Bird perched, waiting for news, package, or letter. I have a very specific story with this. You're going to be like, how did you get that out of this? So I feel like there's a relationship and it's getting to a point, or it's at some sort of point in this relationship where it's everyday stuff, like either it has that feeling of like been together for a long time, kind of boring, but in a good way, and it's your partner is wanting something more. Very interesting. Like more attention, asking you to do certain things. It's like they just want more of you. Okay? So they can feel more like in love, I guess. Okay? This is the easiest way to say it. And I see you sort of changing yourself to want to do that for this person. It sounds crazy, okay? But let me give you a picture. You're in love. Or you think your relationship is fine. You've been with this person for, let's say, 20 years. 15 years. I'm going to use 15 years. And they are going through some sort of midlife crisis, I'm come Jesus moment. And they want to have a relationship like one of their single friends who just fell in love with someone. So they're like, buying you shoes to like liven you up, suggesting haircuts, like something special or something to change a little bit, or be like, let's do this, and that's what makes me feel like you're okay with it, because you're like, okay, well, if my partner likes it. But then there's a little piece of you that's like, but I don't want to change, That's very specific. Okay, so we have the Six of Cups, the Queen of Cups, Death, High Priestess, Temperance, and the Lovers. Wow. Okay. And this is why this doesn't feel so bad. Because I feel like you wanted to go back to how things were. Like maybe things have changed. Life has made you grow up. They've grown up. And I feel like you would love to get back to that sort of we just fell in love, how we used to be type of energy. But I feel like there's an inner struggle of like making a decision to change. Because I don't feel like this person is doing it out of hate. It's like love. It's like to liven things up in a way, to nurture, care. But at the same time, there's a bit of a struggle of, is this my choice or my partner's choice? This is what I see you doing, Taurus. I see you being patient with the whole process. And I see you being like, well, let's see what happens before I have something to say about it. Because I would love to be closer to my partner like we used to be. I would love for that to happen. Yeah, I see. This is what's interesting. I see this changing the dynamic of the relationship. I just can't see in what way right now because this is only for a week. But it has something to do with your sense of patience for this situation and what they're asking you right now. So honestly, this could turn into it worked out, or it could turn into I don't have enough patience for this. It really just depends, you know. Okay. Okay, so money and career. We have adjudication and thoughts. You're feeling like you're not getting fair treatment. I don't know if you feel like you should be making more money or you feel like you're not getting fair treatment at work. So this chain of events will affect your life. Yeah. Ooh, let me pull cards because I feel like this is an unfortunate situation to you. Like you don't like how this is happening, but for some reason I feel like you set yourself up on this trajectory. I don't know how yet. Okay. So we have the Empress, the Hermit, yeah. The Page of Swords, okay. Two of Cups, Six of Coins, and the Knight of Cups. Okay, so this all started with you having this idea of how you want your life to be, how you want your work life to be, how you want your career to be, and you were like dead set on doing things for you. Okay, so all of your actions, all of your decisions, all of your moves were based on how this affects me. How does this affect Taurus? How is this going to help me? How does this hinder me? Is it worth my time? Is it worth my energy? That kind of thing. Okay. And because you have been doing this for so long, because you've been following this path and acting this way for so long, it became a part of who you were. So with the Two of Cups being a love card, it's like you intertwined this idea, this thought process with who you are and how the situation is right now. Okay. And I feel like it was good for you when you were thinking about yourself, right? But what's interesting is I feel like you thought you were going to get some sort of like satisfaction from it. But I'm seeing that you're not. So this week you're seeing that this situation, I'm going to say this, Taurus. This situation calls for like a mutual respect or working together. Not one person fighting for what they want and then everybody else falling into place. This was about giving and balance and generosity and caring and support. It was more like that. And now you're starting to see that, you know, it's like this is your chance to be honest with yourself and be honest with others and not be so focused on just what you want or just how you want things to be. That was very specific, right? Okay, so. Okay, so we have paintbrushes. Creative, inspiration, passion, and ladder, climbing to new heights and elevated. Yeah, you're this month. I'm gonna just be honest with you. I feel like your August is really about you getting some sort of spiritual enlightenment, Taurus. It's like you're understanding there are things that you have control over, there are things you don't. There are people, like you could control a relationship to an extent, but are you both going to be happy? And then there's the opposite part of that, of you giving too much of yourself and not getting self-respect. So, or somebody going past your boundaries. And that's where the balance is. I feel like you're learning balance. Like you went extreme one way for a while and now you seen the extreme the other way. And now you're like sort of starting to balance things out. So I feel like it's a fresh new perspective on things. So you can elevate, okay? And then we have nest. An emotionally secure, loving family is important to you. And this is true. This is work. This is relationship. This is friends. It's all of those things that we're talking about. Okay? It's so important to have connections. And I really feel like, because the way the cards are going, you've been doing things a certain way for a long time because you felt like, it was a struggle for you to change. Taurus is stubborn by nature, right? So you're like, yeah, it's hard, but it'll work out, instead of changing or shifting paths. But I feel like more the path now with the Ace of Cups here is more about love, acceptance, compassion. It gives me that Cancer energy. So it's like connections with others, learning how to interpret your emotions in a wise way. I don't say educated, but that's not necessarily true. In a wise way. And seeing what is holding you back and what wasn't with the Devil card. So, yeah. Learning how to make good decisions and better choices moving forward. Learning what emotions are worth feeling. What emotions are worth you paying attention to and which ones are just coming and going. Like on the highway. So you can get rid of some of this pushback and some of this blockage. Beautiful. Okay, Taurus. Okay, we have Milky Way and New Beginnings. Absolutely. See, it's a change in perspective. It's a change of looking at things. And as soon as you start looking at things differently, that's when everything is going to start to change. That's when everything is going to start to transform. I love that for you, Taurus. So I'll talk to you later. See you next week, okay? Bye-bye.